I haven't done anything like that, so I need to know. I'm gonna have to find that video and rewatch it.
It's a website. There's just Copyright Depot.
Okay, let me get my book.
We're live now. Okay, brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
So Nana channel, you can do your proper introduction and you get going.
Right, Depot.
And grand rising to everyone.
Sunrising.
We've got a newcomer, James.
Grand Rising.
Go to the class.
We're gonna have space for Crystal when she comes in. Crystal is usually here to help me read the book.
Yes. 420. Copyright Depot.
CopyrightDepot.com.
Thank you. Depot.com. Okay. Yeah.
So we were working on how to use a car without the need for a driver's license.
Mm-hmm.
So if we need to go on the Copyright Depot, we can do that. Or we can continue with the how to drive a car without a driver's license.
Yeah, I'd like to know
How to
more
use a
about.
car without a driver's license.
I need to know more about the copyright. I haven't done mine.
Have another device that you can work on right now?
Yeah, I'm trying to get to it.
Right. Depot.com.
Angela, do you have another device you can work on right now?
Yeah, I'm doing it. Thanks.
Right.
Just it will work.
Right, Depot.
Okay.
Did it say Nigel?
All right. Well,
Copyright
Nigel is here.
Yeah.
CopyrightDepot.com. Yep.
You already did yours, right, Nigel?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
This one says copyright
So it says
France,
James and
Canada, Belgium.
Copyright Depot, DEPOT.
Mm-hmm. The copyrightdepot.com. Don't be alone in protecting your copyright. Is that the one? Some reasons to use your services. Thousands of users since 2000. Take a look at the latest copyright registration. Business commercial document, business other. Does it look like
Put
this?
it in the chat. I think so.
Okay.
I just put it in the chat.
Okay, copyright. Yeah, quite a few came up, and I chose the first one.
It's one website, CopyrightDepot.com. COPYRIGHT.
Oh, there's no W in it. Oh, I did it wrong. I wrote it wrong. I wrote it wrong. Yeah. Don't worry, we get it. We get it.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and go to the book. Share screen.
Oh, that was it. That was the one that
I forgot what page we left off at. I think 42 or 44. Let me see.
What you looking at now?
How to use a car without a driver's license.
Yeah, let me put it up on the screen.
All right, I'm on that. So yeah, we on copyright.com. Depot.com. Which one do we go on? Register a copyright?
Okay. Register copyright, and you're gonna do your name and write it in different formats, different ways, including your initials.
I have to create an account first.
Yes.
Okay then.
And it's gonna ask you to pay $17.75.
Yeah. Okay, password.
Okay. So I think we left off at acquiring a new carriage and page up right now.
Oh.
Likely the most important determinant in this process is the need or lack thereof for one's life to get behind the wheel of a carriage or a
Echoing.
contrivance. Who's got their mic open?
Yeah, sorry about that. It won't let me open it. It said I haven't got the user's permission or something like that. Won't let me open the document.
You don't need any permission. Okay. I remember you said that last time too. Let me get back to it. All right, can you see the screen? Can you see the screen? Is it big enough?
Not yet. We're not seeing the screen.
You're not seeing the screen at all?
No, we've seen you now.
Can't see the screen at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
It says
Okay.
it says the author of this document has set permission that don't allow the content to be reread in the other applications. Then it gives a big long link. So that's what I get when I click on it.
Hmm. Okay, I'm gonna try to present
Unless
again.
you can send the link again and maybe it will open. I don't know. Maybe you can send it again.
Okay. Um.
Who's done this? Did you get
Earl has
something
done
like
it,
this?
and Nigel.
Nigel, did it look like this?
Earl's got his up, showing you what it should look like.
Let me see, Earl.
Yeah, basically, you got to open an account first.
Yeah, that's the screen that I'm on saying registration.
Yeah.
So I have to create an account. I can't see Earl. Okay, so I'm gonna create the account now. Username. This is what when you miss class school, you know. When you miss school, you're not
Put
supposed
it
to
back
miss
in the
school.
chat again. Are you looking at Earl's screen, Rose? Angela Rose?
Can I have can I have
See,
your
this is
screen
what
alone?
it's supposed.
Okay, okay. That's the one that you used to create the account. Or you get that after you create the account.
After you
Are
create
you
the
on it,
account,
James?
you're allowed to copyright your name, and then there's the payment process.
Okay, so I'm creating the account now. Go ahead and create the
Are you
account
on that
now.
as well, James? Are you able to pull it up, Nigel?
No.
Still won't let you?
It still won't let me. You've just put the link again and look, see that same dialog box come up. I don't know if you can see it.
Let me see.
Hold on, it's open on my phone. Yeah, it's opened up on my phone. All right, so I'll have to read it from here then. So what page are you on now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Page 3, acquiring a new carriage is halfway down the page.
I don't.
543. Page what?
Can you guys
Three.
see my screen?
Now, can't see the screen, sister.
Are you seeing my screen or are you seeing my face?
I will see their face.
Only my face? Why is it not sharing?
Okay. I got that. So, do you have a question? All right. So, log into your account. Log into your account.
Things at once.
Let's see what this account is. Username. Login. All right. Let's see what's gonna happen here. What? Reset it. I don't want to reset my password. I know it. I do it slowly. What? Okay, let me reset my password. No, I forgot it.
Does everyone else have the book pulled up?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to continue from page 43, almost at the bottom of the page where it says acquiring a new carriage or contrivance. And I'll start reading. Likely the most important determinant in this process is the need or lack thereof in one's life to get a carriage or other contrivance propelled or drawn by mechanical power and travel. Only persons drive. If one cannot afford an image or contrivance, yet cannot do without the use of one, or is unable to make other arrangements, public transportation, friends, etc., that allows him or her to avoid the need to get behind the wheel and travel, one should consider postponing the process until such time as he can afford to do so. Since this process is based on one can use the particulars of that mistake only once. One should never do anything illegal. And using certain property to which the District of Columbia holds ultimate legal title for the exclusive use of beneficiaries of the Social Security Motor Vehicle Constructive Trust. When one is not such a beneficiary, is readily construed as illegal by the trustees thereof and their agents. The title of the subject document, extinguishment instrument, and name of the document custodian, full true name, in the sample form first were printed on a piece of paper in respectively 8 and 10-point Arial font, and then cut out with scissors and attached to the form with glue stick. What were they talking about? Regarding acquiring from the dealer the original title from the manufacturer called the Certificate of Ownership, California Code, Vehicle Code provides in pertinent part. It is unlawful for any reason to fail or neglect properly to endorse, date, and deliver the certificate of ownership, and when having possession, to deliver the registration card to a transferee who is lawfully entitled to a transfer of registration. Except when the certificate of ownership is demanded in writing by a purchaser. A vehicle dealer licensed under this code shall satisfy the delivery requirement of this section by submitting appropriate documents and fees to the Department for transfer of registration in accordance with Section 5906 and 4456 of this code, and rules and regulation promulgated thereunder. Statutes in derogation of common law must be strictly construed, and the above section 5753 of the California Vehicle Code is such a statute of wit to wit. Subsection A cites the term transferee, who is a person under said code and uses the transitive verb deliver twice in the same sentence. If said verb were to appear only once, it would apply equally to the certificate of ownership and possible registration card, which thereby would a transferee. As written, the second use of deliver is conditional and applies only to the second part of the sentence and register cards and transferees, but only when a seller has possession of said registration card, which only occurs only in the case of a carriage contrivance previously registered with the DMV and converted into a motor vehicle. So it is material for purpose of application of the statutes of our needs. Do we need to discuss this section? No
I'll have to
comments.
read it myself. I'll read it myself.
Are you good, Angela Rose?
I'm trying to log into my account. It's not
Okay.
allowing me. Still trying. I've got password and everything.
What
I'm
about
still trying.
James? James, did you get on it?
Your account has been activated. You can now log in. Okay. Log in.
I'm not hearing
James
anything
fall
from
asleep.
James.
James, wake up.
James, you
out to
sleep
drive
at the stop sign.
So you research you put your search engine out to drive a car without driver's license?
You must feel
To the point.
Yes, that's the book we're driving. We're reading it from. And
Okay.
I think were you getting on the copyright depot as well, James?
I was trying to, but I went on that site a couple of days, but I got stuck where it said between private and public. I didn't know what to put inside the section
Well,
or
it's
the
up to you.
category. What?
It's up to you which one you want to choose. It doesn't matter. You can still continue.
Well, I'm private. I am private. So
So hit
I would
private
choose
then.
private, but okay. And the category, I didn't see anything about category that copyright. So I don't know what to
Your
choose there.
cat, your be your name is your artwork, or you can hit other.
Okay, got you. Okay, so that was the only two part that would stop me from going through. Okay,
The language of section 5753 is a clue that the California Vehicle Code is District of Columbia Code is strictly on use of the expression, rules, and regulations in subsection B. The
you're
original,
echoing.
Yeah,
You're echoing, sister.
yeah, echoing.
somebody's mic open.
Oh, brother James.
sorry about.
Okay, so the code is District of Columbia Code based strictly on use of the expression, rules, and regulations in subsection B, the origin of which expression traces to the territorial clause of the Constitution, Article 4, Section 3, 2. Congress shall have power to dispose of and make all needful rules and regulations respecting the territory or property belonging to the United States. Emphasis added, property belonging to the United States, not to you. Section 5753 of the California Vehicle Code, which is in pari materia with all other Union State Code statutes, reveal that when the original ultimate purchaser demands in writing the certificate of ownership, the original title of a particular carriage or contrivance provided by the manufacturer, the dealer, as a person bound by law, must endorse and date and deliver to said ultimate purchaser, which is you, said certificate of ownership. So when you're buying a new car, you don't just sign these papers and take what they give you. You ask them for the certificate of ownership. And that takes, because if you don't ask for the certificate of ownership, that goes to the Department of Motor Vehicles. And then you don't own your car if you're through the Department of Motor Vehicle. It's owned by the state. Because dealers like to persuade buyers to forego the certificate of ownership, it is a good idea to find your union state statute that requires them to endorse and tender it before typing up your written agreement or your written demand. Appearance of said requirement in any vehicle code, however, is sufficient evidence right to obtain the certificate of ownership. Written demand for the certificate of ownership, a copy of which is appended hereto, should be presented at time of tender of payment in full for the new carriage or contrivance, and not sooner. Let the dealer or salesman invest the time and energy to close the deal. Introduce the demand for the certificate of ownership as the very last thing. When you type up or write out by hand your written demand, leave room to inscribe the serial number or the VIN number of the particular carriage contrivance you want to buy after arriving at the dealership. Some helpful tips when making your purchase: do not reveal your strategy or what you intend to do until it's time to do it. Time the purchase so as to fall as close to the last calendar day of the month as you can, because all dealers are desperate to move as many cars as possible by the end of each month, and this gives a buyer tremendous leverage. Best time is after 5 p.m. Bring tired, hungry, whiny kids with you. 1 second. How can I help you?
Take a suitcase.
Four.
Say bucket's closed. She has too much clothes. And she leave now. No. Read it.
Look at the closet over there.
You want hiding all the relics?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm back. Do reconnaissance ahead of time, and if the particular carriage or contrivance you want is not on the lot, tell the dealer what you want and that you will purchase it if he can get one from the distributor or another dealer. But time your request as best you can so the car you want arrives near the end of the month, and then make as many excuses as he will accept to make the sale date as close to the last day of the month as possible. If the dealer requires a deposit to bring in the car you want, and such deposit also locks in the price and counts as a sale, do it on the last day of the month, and require that the dealer guarantee the certificate of ownership on tender of payment in full. Otherwise, you get a refund of your deposit.
Stop. Can I come in? Entry. Yo, can you shut up? No.
I'm busy.
I need scissors.
I'm busy.
I'm not here for you. Oh. I'm gonna look at you. You know where mom's scissors are. Here, take this. Put your clothes in it. That you don't wear. Take this.
Can you put that over?
Earl,
When it is time to make payment in full, but before tendering payment, Present the written demand for the certificate of ownership from the manufacturer, and as long as the salesman or dealer complies and produces said certificate and is willing to date and endorse and deliver immediately upon his receipt of payment in full, in accordance with law, you should proceed. Refusal of the dealer to tender the certificate of ownership at sale, purchase, or conclude the sale as agreed is a violation of law and ground for a lawsuit for political discrimination. Because of the implied demand that I don't think that fits. Oh. Without the wheels. Mm-mm. Because of the implied demand in the political movement, the Social Security political movement, before he will sell you the carriage or contrivance, and he will settle out of court because he cannot surmount the evidence of your political standing as a non-person, and no judge wants such damning evidence of national fraud admitted in evidence in one of his or her cases as or argued in his or her courtroom. Put it inside the small one. Registration by the dealer with the DMV of the carriage or contrivance by the dealer would operate to deprive you of the use of it because you are not eligible to use any such carriage or contrivance so registered. Thereby defeat the purpose of the purchase and causing you financial damage. And you can explain these things politely and in an extreme case even produce evidence thereof by way of a certified copy of the instrument to Commissioner, Acting Commissioner of Social Security, and Senior DMV Executive. In any event, the path of least resistance, whatever that may be, is the best course of action. The purchaser is holding all the aces because he or she has a statute of law on his or her side. Do we have any questions on that last the last section? Okay, so next section,
Is this
using
book in the chat?
Say it again.
Is this book in the chat?
Yes.
Sent in the chat. Okay. Fine.
Yes,
I'll look for it.
It's called How to Use a Car Without the Need for a Driver's License.
Okay, thank you. I'll look for it.
And it was the last thing I sent a few minutes ago. So next section, using, departing from, a new contrivance, dealing with law enforcement officers. The reason the above words departing from in quotes is as the case with nearly every otherwise ordinary word associated with carriages or contrivances. The verb park is a Social Security motor vehicle trust term defined in statutes with commercial connotations applies strictly to vehicles and persons. It is essential to this process that one understand the detail that is happening. That is, that he or she, as an outsider to the security political movement and bereft of a Social Security account or number, is ineligible for a driver's license, not need one, because he or she is not behind the wheel of a motor vehicle and has both right of property and right of the carriage or contrivance he or she is using, and the state, capital state, District of Columbia has no subject matter jurisdiction or legal interest of any kind whatsoever in such private property. The first rule in using any carriage or contrivance is this: never law enforcement officer any reason or excuse with you. That means that all lights and turn signals are in good working order. There are plenty tread on the tires. The car is clean and in good working order, etc. And you conduct yourself like a model motorist. Instead of license plates, you can use the promotional plates the dealer uses to advertise his dealership. If it is a new car after all. In the event law enforcement decides to speak with you, be calm, self-assured, and respectful. This is likely going to be a first-time experience for him or her as well. You should have a color photocopy, front and back, of your dealer-endorsed original certificate of ownership from the manufacturer. Keep the original in a safe place, not in the car, and the bill of sale. It is not a bad idea to have on hand in your carriage or contrivance a certified copy of the instrument extinguishing the Social Security franchise and 2, the driver's license. These documents the reality of standing, but be produced except as a last resort. Attached hereto in the addendum is a sample informational sheet entitled Notice Traffic Enforcement that one could hand to a traffic officer along with a photocopy of the certificate of ownership and bill of sale, 3 pieces of paper. As long as you're polite and respectful and not irritated or confrontational, the officer should treat you respectfully. He or she will not be able to confirm any state or capital state district claim over the car. Even though he or she might discover that it appears you once had a driver's license, you are not eligible for one now. You are eligible for one in the first place, having obtained it. This is why we serve the 4 senior officials with notice of the extinguishment of the driving certificate. They all have a duty to ensure that no injustice ensues. Also, appended hereto is a second sample information sheet entitled Notice Parking Enforcement. That one could laminate, place on the dashboard next to the serial number. Do not serial number when departing the carriage or contrivance to go to a restaurant, movie theater, shopping, etc. Notwithstanding that no parking enforcement officer has subject matter jurisdiction over one's carriage or contrivance, she needs to be as respectful as possible to avoid pointless confrontations. Once a traffic or parking officer given proper notice and thereafter attempts to exercise subject matter jurisdiction over one's property, he or she is personally liable for damages, his or her actions being the authorized of his or her job. and subject to criminal charges for theft, malicious mischief, etc. The best way to avoid such encounters is to take precautions beforehand to prevent from happening. Next is the subject of insurance. Notwithstanding that, following one's completion the within contemplated exercises, he has no statutory obligation, duty to carry liability insurance on his or her new carriage or contrivance. It nevertheless is prudent to ensure that he can manage things in the event such needs arises. Even state or state statutes provide for other means of such financial responsibility, such as a bond with an insurance company. Insurance companies want to make a profit, and if you present your situation in coherent terms, you should be able to cut a deal for a bond that will provide funds in the event of an accident whose cause may be attributed to you in such a way so as not to compromise your standing as one whose residence is without the District of Columbia. That is, among other things, code. You may want a bond that covers the value of your own car as well. In any event, this is a self-determined act, not a political duty, so as a so-called person under statute. So we also have the surety bonds. We have a contact person that can do the surety bonds. It's much cheaper than insurance. I know of one person that's using it right now, and they paid only $250 for a year coverage, and tell you what
So
they pay
based on what
per month. Go ahead.
based on what you're saying, Nana Chanel, we all should use take our car presently that we drive in and do that with it.
You can. You have that right. But if it's registered under the state, then the state is the owner of that car, and you're just a
That's
paid
that's
user.
why that's why I thought about getting rid of this car that I have and get a new car in the next couple of months. That's my main reason for doing the
That's a good
place because
idea
that's
as
what I
well.
was thinking.
And make sure when you get it, you ask them for the certificate of ownership. Is that
Definitely.
what it says? I don't know if I'm saying that right. Certificate.
Yeah, you're right.
Right.
That certificate of ownership. Yes, especially if it's a brand new car. Even if it's not a brand new car, even if it's been registered in the DMV system before, they can still give you a certificate of ownership, and that takes it out of the system. Because if you leave them with it, they're going to register it with the state without your knowledge. Why won't this page go up?
Okay,
Yes, but in that instance,
my car that I have, I am the only. I bought it brand new 14 years ago. So I'm thinking of writing to the to DVLA and to the dealership to get my certificate of ownership.
Oh, they no longer have that. They already sent it over to the state.
Ah, I see. Okay.
That's the reason why I said it's best to get rid of the ones we have now and just get something new.
Mm.
One
Mm-hmm.
thing is, if in the state of New York, if you don't have regular insurance on your car, they want the plates. So if you're going to go this route with the certificate of ownership, and that you can't keep New York State plates.
That's why we're doing that. That's why we have DOT. We're
That's why we
getting
did
a
the
we
DOT
most
plates.
of us have
Yeah.
DOT numbers.
Okay.
Mm.
Just in case someone didn't have go through the process of getting the DOT plates, don't think that you can not have insurance and go that route, because they will come for you.
Okay.
It makes sense to get insurance. Well, not insurance, but you can get a and then that replaces the
The bond,
insurance.
yeah, the
What
bond
I'm
is
saying is
actually better and more
we
economically for
have
people.
contact with someone that can do the bonds,
Okay. So even here
and
in Jamaica as
and
well?
it's it and um I'm not sure about Jamaica.
I'll find a way. There must be a way.
There must be a way, yes. If they have bonds available there, bonds on businesses, bonds on medical personnel, then they should be able to have bonds on the cars as well.
Mm. Mm.
So we have about 3 minutes. I'm going to stop on page 47. The lawsuits you may bring. Angela Rose, did you finish up with your copyright?
No, no, it's asking me to buy credit.
Yes, you have to buy the credit in order to pay for it. It's 1775.
Okay then. I'll go ahead and do that. 1775.
I found out what was the issue with my uh, copyright account. I set half the account up on my laptop and half of the account was set up on my cell phone. So it wouldn't allow me to reset my password. So now I just changed and did everything on the cell phone, and I got it done. So that was the issue why I couldn't get it done before. So if anyone is experiencing that problem, do it on one gadget.
Okay.
Got a question.
I,
A quick question. If
Go
if
on.
you buy a second-hand vehicle, right? Second-hand car, which has already been registered, wouldn't it be best to write to the you know your DMV in the US or the DVLA over in the UK and inform them that you're taking the car out of the public domain into the private.
Based on what Nana Chanel is saying, it wouldn't matter at this point if it's a year or 2 years old because you would have to do it right away.
Wow.
Mm.
Okay.
That's why I said it's like best for us to like get rid of the cars we have and just get a brand new car because when we bought it, I guarantee everybody have their cars more than 6 months already. So
Yeah.
it's a wrap. We're not gonna get that. So we'll have to get a new car to get that done.
You should be able to contact the DMV and say, I want the certificate of ownership. And it shouldn't make a difference if it's 2 years old or 2 days old.
Okay.
But this would run at the same time as you taking yourself away from the driving license also, because it kind of defeat the object that you would still have a driver's license, but take the car out of the public domain. So you would probably have already done that before you take your car out of the public. Yes.
Yeah, you have to go private first, and then you do all of that. So that's basically what we're doing by getting our IDs and everything, and then filling out the affidavit to send them in, just to let them
Oh,
know that
okay.
we're going private.
I'm back in.
Have a
Whew.
CO2 permit.
I got disconnected. So, so I'm back.
It's in my account.
We kind of
Um,
realized we were just talking.
Okay. Yeah, I
and
was listening.
yeah, Empress. I was in the library, so I was half listening. What book is it that you're reading?
It's in the chat.
Um,
The book is in the chat.
Oh, okay, I'll check.
the book is
How to use a car without the need of a driver's
How
license.
to Use
That's the
Okay,
a
title.
Car
that one. That one.
for a Driver's
Okay.
License.
Okay. Thank you.
Adam,
I'm trying to check to see if my credit was bought. Because I did it. It just could say it's authorized and nothing else came up.
no.
Um, you should be able to go to the payment section once it comes up. Who just called?
Tyrone.
Hey,
In regards to the surety
what's up?
bonds, right? In regards to the
Uh-huh.
bonds, um, how do we know how much a surety bond is able to cover in regards to damage? Say, for instance, someone got
Um, I'm gonna find the number and put it in the chat. You guys can call him and if you want a reference, speak to Michael Carnegie.
Okay.
Because I know for sure he did it. He just got a car there that recently, and he did it, and he only paid $250.
Okay, mine says you currently have 1 credit. That's what it's supposed to say.
So that's it.
Oh, brilliant. Excellent.
Oh, did you put in your comments your name in different ways?
No. Oh
What did you
gosh.
put?
I put my name the way it's written on my documents. That's all. But I didn't see anywhere else
Did
to say
you?
where.
There should be another box at the where you put your name at, where you can type your name different ways, including your initials, and then you can put any and all variations or derivatives of.
Didn't see that. I'm gonna try and log into my account. Let's see it. It shows anything right now. Oh.
So, James, can you unmute?
Peter.
You're done. Do it again. Stop double tapping.
Stop double tapping.
Okay, so did you complete the copyright depot?
Not yet. I couldn't do it because the phone that I have only can use Wi-Fi, and the Wi-Fi is not working. So I'm gonna do it after here.
Okay.
So that section where you're saying you need to put your name in all different ways, like your last name, then your middle name, then your first name, and then
it's the final box.
Final box.
It's
Does
the
it say
final
anything
box
about
that pops up.
Price per copyright.
It doesn't say anything at all.
All right.
You write your name in different ways, and you put and don't forget to put your initials as well.
So
you write any and all variation or derivative.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
All right. Angela Rose, as long as you haven't paid for it yet, you can still go back and fix it.
I'm on a page that says create your copyright. Are you the author of this creation? Author's information. Pseudonyms. Category. Summary. Hidden description. Is that the page that I would put different stuff?
That's the part I was talking about.
You put in your pseudonyms, and then there's another bigger box that's gonna come up. That's where you type all that information in.
Okay. Bye, Danky.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna sign off now. Rascadice is out celebrating with his son. So
thank you so much, and we celebrate tomorrow. We resume class.
Yes.
Bye, Danky. Bye, Danky.
Yes, thank you so much. But tomorrow I'll touch base with most. And I'm gonna watch over the tape tonight so I can get the information. Thank you, Nana McKnight. And thank you, brother. We shall be.
We shall be.
We shall be.